Hey guys, and today we're going to be drawing a very detailed Godzilla. So I have kind of like a sketch laid out here, and I'm just gonna progress from there. So first off, to begin, we're just gonna start off with the eye, and it's gonna be a little line down and across, like that. Next, we're gonna make a line that goes down, across, and back up like that. And that's gonna be Godzilla's eye. So next we're going to be doing kind of like some details that his eyes have. So we're gonna do some little lines right there, and then some lines that go under those, like that. And then to add a little more detail, you could just add maybe like a few little lines like that, and maybe some broken lines behind it, like that. Next, we're gonna add kind of like a little jagged, broken line like this. There's gonna be a lot of broken lines in this, and then it's just gonna go back like that. That gets a little broken at the end. So then we're gonna come back up here and kind of add like a broken line that just attaches to the top of kind of his skull. So that's just gonna come down like that and back down. Then it's gonna come in, and we're gonna add a little kind of nostril there for one of his nostrils. And then you're just gonna go down. We're gonna come back up here and add another nostril like that, and maybe some lines around it, like that. Then we're gonna kind of make the lip, so it's gonna kind of come out and then come back in. And then we're gonna have a line that goes up, down, and then back up, like that. Then we can have a little line, and then that's gonna be like the top of the mouth, and we're gonna make the bottom of the jaw right here. So it's just gonna go down, and then it's just gonna come out and across like that, with a little kind of circle-y thing at the bottom. Then we're gonna draw kind of like where his mouth, kind of some like skin where he's opening his mouth, like the muscle tissue under there. So it's just gonna be a kind of curved line like that. Some little other broken lines in there, like that. Next, we're gonna make the tongue. So it's gonna come out and then come down with a little broken line. And another one, it's gonna come out and go down like that. Just stop there. Now we're gonna make the teeth on the first side. It's gonna have like a canine right there for one of its biggest teeth. It's gonna have some teeth behind, and then just gonna have some small teeth. They're kind of spread apart, jagged, really jagged and sharp. There's just small, these, and then they get smaller as you go on. And then right here we can add another big one of those teeth for in the back. And we're gonna make a little line, goes back, and goes down. That connects right to the tongue. Then we're gonna add that kind of muscle tissue skin that's right under there, and then the little broken lines on that. And we're gonna come back up to the nose right here, and then just add kind of like a broken line right there. Then we're gonna come back to this side of the mouth and start adding some small little teeth that are just like the top. And then for the bottom jaw, we're just gonna make the line come down, and then kind of like a broken line all the way up. Then we're gonna do that same thing on the top. Make like a broken line to kind of show where his lip is. And now this drawing is, so there's this other channel called called Artland, and they're a really good drawing channel. You should really go check them out. They're amazing. I actually started drawing Godzilla from that. And we're gonna so now we're gonna like come down here and kind of add a line that goes down right off the paper. It's gonna go back up and then to the side like that. And then we're just gonna add some little, for some detail, we're just gonna add some little lines up here. Like that. There we go. That was an old grandpa. And then, so yeah. Now we're just gonna add a big canine tooth right there with some other teeth behind it. And then some more jagged teeth of all different shapes and sizes. Then we're gonna come back to the tongue for a second and just add some kind of like broken lines for detail, and then a little big, and then kind of like a big line through the middle. For maybe some more detail, we're just gonna add some lines that go down like that, and maybe a line like that. And for part of like a bone that kind of sticks out on his head, we're just gonna kind of have a little mountain shape right there. Kind of got some broken lines in it. We're gonna come back up here to the bottom of the chin and just add some of these kind of like rocky kind of shapes. They kind of help with like adding a lot of, it makes it look like a little more real, and it has like texture there. And then you could just add some of these kind of square shapes everywhere to show kind of like a scaly texture, because Godzilla is technically a reptile. And we're just gonna add like lines like that everywhere, little rectangles, and some of them can be small, some big, like that. And then we're gonna come back on the top, add some more, just like that. And then and some of them can be like circular, it doesn't really matter what shape they are. Just make a lot of them everywhere in some random spots. And they're kind of like broken too. So like that, yeah. And then you can just add kind of like these lines that go across that, and then lines that also like on the top. Some of them that will be really important, that actually like define Godzilla's like shape and stuff. So then we're gonna come back up here and just do that same thing, adding some small circles everywhere, and then just really some defined places where there's gonna be some like detail. Anywhere you really want, it's just like go crazy with it. It's your own drawing. You can do whatever you want with it. We're gonna come back in the mouth area, kind of just add some broken lines right here to show the top of the mouth. And now we're gonna come back up here and just, I meant to say that there. And then just finish that line that goes up. And maybe you can draw some broken lines that come off of it like that. And then you can come down here, kind of like right here, or actually a little more down, and then just kind of add one that goes up, down, and up, down, and up like that again. Then for the back of the neck, we're just gonna add some kind of like these lines where they just come, and it just goes down, across and down, all the way up the paper. Then you can add some more like detail lines, a lot of these little lines, just to make it look a little more like three-dimensional. Then we're gonna come back down here and just add these really big, defined, kind of broken lines like that. Then you can come back and start layering other like lines on it, just to make it a little more texture, some of those lines. So now we're just gonna kind of add some maybe details to these like kind of rocky texture things. And then we're gonna come back up here with some kind of lines that go across, down, and across. So down, across, and down, like that. And off the eye, it's gonna just kind of weave down like that. And then come off. And then just do another one right there for some more texture. You can just add some lines everywhere you want and really have fun with it. It's not really even like meant to be anywhere. You can just really add it wherever you want. And then over here, we're just gonna kind of add what it would look to be like gills on Godzilla. That kind of, you can add a little shaky line right here. It's kind of broken, kind of for like a big vein that reptiles usually have, like dinosaurs. Then we can just come over here and add some big circles, half circles, and things like that, wherever you really want. And we're gonna come back over here and just kind of do a scale pattern where you just go up, a broken line up, and then a broken line across. It really, I think it looks kind of real, like a scaly texture kind of thing. Then you can just do that everywhere you want, and you can really be done now if you want. It doesn't really have to have this much detail. You could just have left it blank if you wanted. It doesn't really matter. This is your drawing. You can do anything you want with it. This is just like a tutorial I'm trying to give you guys to help you draw. So now we're just going to come back up here and add a little more detail everywhere. Just some broken lines everywhere, just like that. Doesn't really matter where they are. You can really put them anywhere. Just everywhere, you just put them, just put some broken lines everywhere. You don't really, there's no real thing I'm copying off from. I'm just drawing Godzilla because I've drawn it a lot and I kind of know how. So it's just really simple. And some detailed drawings like this, they look super hard to make, but it's actually just a lot of just simple, it's just a lot of lines. That's really it. And then you can come back here and just maybe add a few little spikes because Godzilla's kind of got like, those big dorsal fins. And then just start those like that. You can kind of even add a second row of them in the back, like that. And then for some details on them, you can just add a lot of broken lines that go up because they kind of just like got that like kind of weird texture to them there, like kind of like they just got a lot of lines in them. And then really that's really all you gotta do. It's really that simple, and that's really it. So thanks for watching. Oh well, there is one more thing. If you want to kind of add like an atomic blast, you can. I'm not going to because it already looks a lot like a drawing that Artland did. So I don't really want to make it look any more like it. But we could kind of make him like roaring like this with some spit, like that, and then kind of like that kind of thing. Like that, there we go. And that's really it. That is how you draw a Godzilla from Godzilla, King of the Monsters, Godzilla vs. Kong. And I hope you guys enjoyed this. Thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed.